Hello and welcome to another daily market reading in which we are going to be looking at the price of Bitcoin, which it looks like it's doing what we were hoping it is doing. So let's break it down step by step. The candle from yesterday's video, we were saying how well, first off, this is a concept which in case if you didn't really know, if you're new to trading, you don't really know. This is an inverted hammer candle. This candle basically shows that we've gone to grab some liquidity and then we've been absorbed straight back in as if nothing happened. And at the time of me recording this video, this following candle, which is the candle from today, which is closing in the next 8 hours roughly, we could be confirming, if this closes red, that this is a strong sign that this is going down. Okay, we could also, if today closes red, which would be quite a positive thing, it would be confirming a bearish divergence on the relative strength index, because we have got higher highs and lower highs on the RSI. Okay, I'm now going to show you why I had this weird box drawn out around here. Let me just show you. I'm not sure if you're familiar with someone called Richard Wyckoff. Okay, he's someone that basically speaks about accumulation and distribution processes. He's not a YouTuber, he's not a streamer, he's someone that I'm pretty sure died quite a while ago, but he basically tracked the movement of institutional players like market makers to see how they manipulated the price of assets. Here we can see we have got a distribution of assets where we were inside this box, in which we went up, did our glorious run up, and then went straight back inside as if nothing happened. Exactly the same wick, exactly the same scenario we have been seeing on the daily time frame. We had a wick that went up, got absorbed straight back down as if nothing happened, and we lost it in the 1, 2, 3 following candles, and we got accepted back into this accumulation or distribution phase, which looks like right now we are losing this box. Okay, so is it too late for you to go short? Should you go short exactly now as the price is dropping because you're fearing of missing out? No, wait. Okay, there are opportunities for you to go short, not just yet. If you've stacked it, if you didn't manage to go on it. Okay. One thing that I do think is really cool, is really nice, is that our indicators, which by the way, at the time of me recording this video, you can get for free. You already know how to. I've mentioned in a lot of my previous videos. It actually told us we had a divergence right here, as well as here, which is proof that they do work quite well. They are quite good. Okay, so I'm too late. Can I trade it now? Would it make sense for me to go short now? No, wait for a pullback. Where is this pullback going to happen? I don't know where this is going to go. Fine, let's turn on our indicators. Okay, and we are going to see first off, it is worth noting, let me maybe go on the 30-minute time frame. It looks like a high, a low, a high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low is being formed. We are oversold on the 30-minute time frame, oversold on the 1 hour time frame, oversold on the 2 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame has a little bit of room left to go oversold, which means that we could get a bit of a bounce back up. That is your key. That's your cue to go inside and be part of this whole thing. I'm going to turn on our orders, our order blocks, so that we can see. And actually, one more worthy mention, because this is quite important. We had a 2 hour order block exactly where the price came and hit the day of yesterday, where it did this massive high, where we got the divergence, this, that, the other. Okay. Back down to the 30-minute time frame. It looks like we are currently on an order block as well, but that's not what we're here for. We're here because we want to see where we could get this pullback. Right, I'm going to trace a Fibonacci retracement from this whole impulsive phase down from the top all the way to the bottom. What can I see? I'm going to walk you through it step by step. I have got, I'm going to turn off this because it's in my way. Bear with me 2 seconds. There we go. Okay, we have got this red box right here is a fair value gap. Okay, fair value gaps are the most useful when you are in trends. It looked like it looks like we are in a trend, okay? We're in a downtrend. We're trending down. So, don't know if we're going to start getting a pivot exactly here, or if it's going to be a bit lower. I'm not too sure where. I'm not a wizard. I'm not magic. I don't know where the price is actually going to stop. I can only give you my humble point of view. We have got the 0.618 level and the 0.65, which is the ones that I have turned on, as well as the 0.5, sitting as a very nice sandwich across this gap. Okay, you might say, okay, but this is just a 30-minute gap. No, this is more than just a 30-minute gap. This is a 2-hour gap. This is a one hour gap. Is it a 2-hour gap? No, it's not. It's a 1-hour gap. My fault. Apologies for that. Here we go. It's a 1-hour gap. I hope I'm right. Yes, it is. Right. It's a 1-hour gap. A 1-hour gap, which is also going to be holding the exponential moving average of 50 time frames, which is not just that. It's a bit more tweaked out. It's a bit nicer. It's a bit stronger. It's got a bit more stuff in it. It's got a bit more substance. But it looks like this area is going to be quite a relevant one, because we're going to have an exponential moving average. We're going to be forming a lower high. If we do stop here, if we do go up and stop here, it's going to be a lower high than this previous one. It's going to be where we are going to be in the golden pocket. We are going to hit a fair value gap. And on top of that, we're also going to hit an exponential moving average. Okay, it looks like a high probability trade. Is it guaranteed? Absolutely not. Nothing is 100% guaranteed. What I can tell you is that this is looking like quite a nice trade setup. That's where I'm going to be waiting for the price to go. Another thing that would make it even better would be if the oscillator on the 1 hour 30-minute time frame could be around this area at the exact same time that we are around this area. That would make my day. That would make my absolute day. Okay. Apart from that, I think bye bye Bitcoin, ciao. I think it's time for us to have the move down that we have been waiting this whole entire time. Now it's up to you whether you want to just hold it, do this one trade, or if you're holding it from all the way up here and you just want to hold it all the way down, or if you're going to want to trade every pullback that we get. I'm personally going to be doing videos every single day, so you are going to be seeing the trade setups that I'm seeing. Yeah, that's basically it. Okay. Also, I've just realized, worth noting, this hourly fair value gap, which is the one that I've just spoken about, is also where we have these previous supports. So what does a support turn onto once it's broken? A support turns onto a resistance as soon as it's broken. Okay, so that's why it makes sense for me to get a pullback back up here and then back down. I think we are now owed a slightly move up. Okay, having said that, USDT dominance, let's have a really quick look. Daily time frame, this is what it has come down to. Let's turn on the multi-time frame fair value gaps. Quick reminder, you can use these indicators for free, and you should also know what they are about. If you don't know what they are, how to use them, make sure to watch the tutorials that I have done in this channel. Okay, we hit on the daily time frame. I was saying this when it was around this time. I was like, there's a chance that USDT is going to go hit this exponential moving average, and then we're going to go straight back down to hit this area. We have done exactly what I said, which is one thing I'm really happy for. We've gone down, we've hit the daily gap, we've hit the weekly gap, and now we are having the move up in USDT. If you are new, if you don't really know what USDT does, when it goes down, price of crypto goes up, and vice versa. When USDT is going up, crypto is going down. Okay, that's the way to look at it. That's the way it works. That's the way it is. Quick reading now on Ethereum. Very similar thing. I was just recording a video. That's why I've got that there. Let's see. Right. 4-hour time frame. We have basically got the same sort of thing. Okay, where we are in a bit of a bigger sort of accumulation or distribution phase. We have not necessarily broken it just yet. We haven't come out of it yet. Also, another little tip for you guys, which by the way, I am taking out a course which I'm going to be doing for free, a full 100% free trading course that is going to cover absolutely everything from Fibonacci to support, resistance, the best exchange to use, the exponential moving averages, this, that, the other. All of the it's going to be a really nice course. Just make sure that you pay attention. It's going to be on YouTube. How do I know that the market is sideways and that we're not trading up? Because the exponential moving average is not being respected. As soon as it stops being respected, that's how you know that it is that you are sideways. Okay, on an uptrend, we're trading up and up and up. The exponential moving average serves as a support. As soon as you start breaking it again and again and again and again and again and again, that's when your spider sensors need to turn on and you need to think, oh, hold on, I think I'm in a sideways channel. On the 4-hour time frame, maybe we can't really see this, but on the 1-hour time frame, I think we were forming a bit more of a trend in the 1-hour time frame. Okay, we were a high, a low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, and then you can see that we were respecting very nicely the exponential moving average. Great, amazing. And then we got a crazy divergence. We got hit on the order block right here on the 1-hour time frame on Ethereum, and we are getting the insane move down. We have broken the exponential moving average. We have broken these support levels as if nothing. We've broken as if it was butter. We have had a retest to the exponential moving average, which has served as a really nice place for us to go short. Now, do I go short here? Am I going short here? No, you're not. Don't go short here, because really similar thing to Bitcoin. Yes, we're not oversold yet. You can't go short on the lower side of a channel. Okay, this is still a channel. Let's not forget, the price has been going top, down, top, down, top, down. The price has been doing a zigzag. You can't sell at the bottom. That's not how you do it. We do have to stay basing our analysis, cross-referencing with Bitcoin, which is basically the king of all cryptos. We do know there is quite a high chance that the price is going to go down. We also know there's a chance that the price is going to go up in the short term. Am I going to go short here? Absolutely not. Where am I going to go short? It's basically the exact same thing as Bitcoin. Look at what Bitcoin's doing, and you've essentially got a really similar thing. If this is really weak, okay, let's say on the 1-hour time frame, we want to carry on seeing this downtrend. We would ideally wait for a retest on the EMA. We would also get a retest on this fair value gap. Now we are also on the smart trend, which looks like we could get that move up that we are waiting for. So how am I going to know where to enter my short position? This move down, Fibonacci, let's say, because I'm assuming that the price is stopping here, okay? The fair value gap is sitting very nicely between the golden pocket, like literally the halfway point of this gap is where the golden pocket is. Exponential moving average is closing in just behind it. It makes sense for me. That's what I'm seeing. You might think I'm silly, you might think I'm wrong. Okay, fair enough. Let's just see what the price is doing. Okay, having said that, that's my readings for Bitcoin. That's what I'm thinking for Bitcoin. That's what I'm thinking for Ethereum. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're having a lovely day, and I hope also you can leave us a like, subscribe, and make sure you leave a comment, because I'm really curious to know if you guys were able to buy this, if you guys think that we are going down or whether we are going to carry on going up. I really want to know what you guys are thinking. Thank you very much for watching, and see you tomorrow for another reading.